There we go. Everyone should be able to hear me. At least some people are keen.
How do you tell there? This.
You have to click on it on the phone.
Oh right, I can't do it. Interact there.
You can hear me, that's good. So on Instagram you'll get slightly worse audio because I'm all the way over here. On YouTube you're going to be about 30 seconds behind, but I've got a microphone on, so let's see which is better. We've also been kicked twice off YouTube, so I don't know why, but hopefully it won't happen again. We did have a photo slideshow going on YouTube, but I think they kicked it for copyright. They obviously thought the photos were too good. You'll say hello, Ralph. You want to come say hello? Come on. Say hello to everyone, Ralph. Can you wave? What are you barking at? Come on, go in your bed. Oh, well, I thought that said James Haskell joined in then. Can you guys on Instagram read the screen okay? Can you see what's going on?
Is it backward for them? Why is it showing?
So we've got a few of you over on YouTube now. If you'd like to introduce yourself on the chat as you join in, if you can. You can read it. Is it the right way around, Jimmy?
Wait.
Which one of you's right? Hi, Lee. I'm guessing it's Lee and Xavier as well. Oh, I'm back to front. No idea how to fix that. Anyone know how to fix that? Oh well. Everything on here is going to be backwards, so you have to use your imagination on Instagram. It's the right way around on YouTube, if that helps.
Yeah, that's weird. You think it's because you're on the front camera? On the phone.
You can turn it around. Can do that. One moment, guys. I think we can get you the right way around. Ooh, expose myself.
That's the one.
How are we doing, everyone? Does that look the right way around now?
Okay on the screen, but
Try and fix that.
right, let's set the screen down. But yeah.
How's that look, guys? You'll cross your eyes, Jimmy. I don't think it works like that. But you're welcome to all the same. Now I feel like you've got too much down here.
See Ralph?
Oh, we can see Ralph, can we? Just about.
Hello.
Let me bring you around. There you go. Everyone can see you now. Just check on the Facebook, just check if anyone's asking. On there.
Looking at here.
Probably need to refresh it.
Just on this one.
Let you click discussion. Oh, cool. Who else is on YouTube? Can anyone else introduce themselves? I'm guessing if you're on your TV, you're not going to be able to type, so we're going to have to you just have to shout your name at the TV for us. I can hear, really. Hi, John. Shouldn't have gone on so early. This makes for very boring viewing, just watching me drink coffee. How is everyone then? How's everyone dealing with isolation and this horrible weather?
If I use that.
Jen's being scared and just hiding off camera. So you probably hear her every now and again, but she's just going to sulk in the corner and deal with the laptop for me.
It's almost 11 now.
So it is. Wow.
Get started soon.
Come on, everyone who can type, tell us what's the favourite thing you've done since you've been isolated. I think Zoe's favourite thing she's done is wave, apparently. Look at that. A mug matches the room. It's appropriate.
Gav?
So do I take it we've got my old primary school online now on YouTube? I did hear from a little bird that Cherry Orchard would be watching, so hello. Lovely to see you on there. Ah, see, that's lovely. Crystal chemistry sets, wow. Takes me back a bit. I wouldn't even know what to do with that these days. But yeah, I think everyone's saying that. Everyone's saying they're really enjoying spending time with family. So nobody's killed each other yet then? Nobody's fed up of each other's company? Watching Jen try and grab things and not get on camera is like watching Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. She's like slithering through gaps and angling down from the ceiling. We'll get her on it eventually, don't worry.
No. Actually, I can do that, but okay. Do you want me to just type it?
Yeah. We're on 11 o'clock. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes just to make sure we've got everyone online. Because you know what it's like, everyone forgets. No one's ever on time, even when they're sat at home on their sofa. Hi Sally. Have we got all of you? Do I spot that my sister is watching me on Instagram and YouTube at the same time? Which, considering the delay, will be really weird to listen to. Rosie! Not seen you in years, Rosie. So if you're already on, guys, if you wouldn't mind kind of sharing it on your Facebook or on your Instagram stories, I think the more people we've got on it, the more people interacting, the more we're going to get out of it. Because we're going to have a few kind of things to do as we're going along. I want people answering some questions and things, so it's not just me talking to two cameras or for the next hour or so. It's fine, Jen.
Is it?
Zoe, in answer to your question, it's easier to interact on Instagram, especially for people who've got kind of looking on their TV, but the screen is going to be a lot better on YouTube because you're going to get this, or if you're this, is that the right side? Yeah, this on YouTube, this on Instagram. You can see the screen properly, so the whole keynote presentation will be up in the middle, even if a little bit chopped off. So apologise in advance, guys. We're kind of learning curve here, not used to the technology and stuff. So obviously we've taught people before, but we've never done it over streaming services. So it's a bit of a learning curve. So if it looks a bit amateur at some point, we apologise, but we'll hopefully get better. And as each episode goes on, we'll kind of figure things out a little bit better as well. Ian, I think you've seen me dance before. It's not a good thing to see.
I might pop on when we
Hi Julia.
start.
Whereabouts are you joining us from?
Tell us a joke, Gav.
I don't know any jokes.
Might not be appropriate. What are we on now here? 20?
Another 30 seconds for everyone and we'll make a start. People can join as they go along. We've got 3 topics to go through, so people can always slip in numbers 2 and 3 if they want to. So if I look like I'm looking in two different directions, it's because I've got two cameras to look at. We haven't been clever enough to do this on one camera going to YouTube and Instagram. So I've got YouTube here, Instagram here. So I could be kind of looking like this most of the time. So it's not my eyes. Well, it might be. Okay. Keep it clean. I don't think Jen's going to be able to cope if you make her laugh too much, guys, so go for it. If we just have a giggling wreck in the corner, that'll work too really well as well.
I think get Rolph in again.
Right, do we want to see... Oh, I'll tell you what.
Say hi.
Right.
Say hi.
So I'll introduce us then for a minute. As we're on 11:05, I think 5 minutes late's quite late now. So I think anyone who joins in now, we can just ridicule for a little bit. So, welcome to Photography Club. Plan is, we're going to have probably 3 or 4 weeks of this, doing a new topic each week, learning kind of skills to be used in photography, but they don't have to be for photography. Most of the skills will be transferable to any art, any design, any illustration, any graphics. So hopefully everyone can get a little bit from them, and hopefully you can take, depending on your level, as much or as little as you want. So for the kids, hopefully, today we're going to be learning some colour theory, so you can learn about your colours for when you're doing paintings and pictures, but also for when you're taking photos as well. Really helpful if everyone's got some kind of camera. It doesn't matter, as long as it's digital, some kind of camera will do, even if it's the worst rubbish old phone that you haven't used in 10 years. At least if it takes some pictures, it doesn't matter on the quality, we can just have a bit of fun with it and see what you can get. So if you don't know us, I'm Gavin Rolph. This is my wife, Jenny Rolph, and business partner. So, we're Rolph Co Photography, and most importantly, we've got Rolph. Rolph, you going to come out and say hello? Come on, let's go. All right, Rolph, say hello to everyone. Can everyone see him all right? Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, Ralph's the real brains behind the operation. He's written this lesson. So as I said, today we're going to be talking about colour. We're going to go through 3 different theories of making colour work in your images. So as I said, yeah, a phone or digital camera or something would be useful. Need some enthusiasm. Going to be asking for lots of participation. Apologise in advance, there will be some delay with the participation because we're going to be waiting for YouTube to catch up with us, because I think they're about 15-20 seconds behind us. And your brain, that would be really helpful as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the lesson today. We're going to hopefully take some pictures as we go along, but don't worry if you can't. You're also welcome to do that in between now and Tuesday, which is going to be the next episode. On Tuesday, we're going to go through all the pictures you've taken. If there's too many, we might just have to pick our favourites out. But we want to see the way you've used the colours and things we've talked about today, and we're going to pick the best ones. As we go through each episode, so every Tuesday we're going to pick our favourites, which are going to go through to a bit of a final to pick a Photography Club champion. We're going to have a bit of a hamper of lots of prizes, hopefully mostly vouchers that can be used after the quarantine's over. So we've got a few businesses donating a few vouchers, and we're doing one as well. Don't forget that it's not about winning the prizes, it's about having a bit of fun, hopefully learning a little bit if I can do better than I expect. And getting to killing a bit of time while you're off. Right then, so as I said, I should have put this on the other way around, colour. Talking about colour today. So as I said, going through 3 different theories, but one of the most important things, I'm sure everyone's seen it before, is the colour wheel. We're going to keep coming back to this. Familiarise yourself with it for a second. It's obviously something that really helps as we kind of look at the different colours and the relationship between them. So I'll leave that on screen for a second so everyone can get a good look. There is one, if you just type into Google Images colour wheel, if you just need to refer back to it when I haven't got it on screen, you can do as well. So this one might be a bit of an easier one to look at because it kind of breaks up the colours a little bit. If anyone wants me to bring that back on screen at some point, shout and I'll try and swipe my baby away that through slides to get it back up for you. Right then. Everyone taking that in then? Have we got answers? Are people able to reply and tell us what they're thinking? Oh, that's a no. Come on, Instagram folks, you got no choice there. You should be instant on this. We have a yep. Is everyone familiar with the colour wheel as well? There we go. Right then. So, first little theory we're going to go through is primary colours. So hopefully, most of you know what the primary colours are. Can anybody tell me, before we go on and show you, what are our 3 primary colours? Yes, Lee, the colour wheel is round and colourful. Well observed. Oh, very close. Very close. No, we haven't quite got it there yet. Harry's trying in German. I'm going to guess that there. There we go, Lee. We're there. Can anyone tell me what's so special? Hang on, I should probably read that out as well. It's red, blue and yellow. Red, blue and green are make up light. So red, blue and green are computer screens and projectors and things like that, which is why you get used to RGB, why it's a bit confusing. Red, blue and yellow are our primary colours. So, sorry, so Harry did get it right first there. I just don't speak German. He's not German. Okay, can anyone tell me what's so special about the primary colours? Now, I hope if you're watching on your TV, you're shouting the answers here and you're getting them right. And I can definitely hear you. I know you're getting them right. But I don't know your name, so I can't shout it out. Right, Ralph, you're getting heavy. Get down. Come on, in your bed. Well done, Emma. Yeah, you can't make primary colours with any other colours. So that hence why green isn't one of the primary colours, because you can make green with blue and yellow. So very good. I hope everybody else who was shouting at their TVs got that right as well. Right, so you see this a lot in photography and art, is the primary colours being used. Sometimes it'll be really, really obvious ones, like this one. Some other times it'll be a bit more subtle. But whatever you're doing, it's always going to look quite vibrant and bright because you're kind of putting 3 completely different colours in there and showing them off. So another bit of a kind of quiz for you all. So I'm going to put 2 pictures on screen and you're going to tell me whether number 1 or number 2 is using the primary colours. So we've got these 2 on screen, both similar images, but which of these 2 uses the primary colours? It's nice to see that my mum is also watching on both channels, which must be very, very confusing. There we go, straight away. Everyone's getting it right. That's right. 1. Well done. So what about this one? Some of my favourite photos, these. I love them. So which one of these uses the primary colours? A little bit more subtle this time round.
always see the pictures that well on Insta, can you?
Yeah, it's not as easy for you on Insta, I'm afraid. Does that help at all? Should have got a bigger screen, shouldn't we? There we go, we've got twos coming in, perfect, yeah, absolutely, as you can see. We've got red, blue and yellow in there. So it does give a very different effect. You always get that kind of, I always think of it as a kind of school kind of feel, like a slight kiddier feel with their primary colours. Right, what about this one? Again, similar images, I'm trying to pick them the same. Trying to make it a bit harder for you. So is it number 1 or number 2, which is including primary colours? Nobody's got these wrong, which is good. I'll have to make them a bit harder, won't I? I did have some trick ones in there as well. I think I took them out. I did. God, I made it too easy for you all. Jimmy, you're quiet on there. How's Luca getting on? Is he getting his colours right? Absolutely. Instagrammer in there. Dom, I'd be worried if you were getting this wrong. Well done, Xavier. There we go. We've got YouTube catching up with us. Yeah, everyone's right. It's number 2 again. So we've got that amazing yellow on that, just dominating the picture. There's a tiny bit of red and the blue in the background. It's beautiful. 1 for the kids and the big kids amongst us. So which of these have got the primary colours in them? It's a little bit harder because they're 2 very similar but very different pictures at the same time. But it's a great way of looking at how in pop culture you see these things being used very, very regularly. Xavier got it first, well done. Tripped lots of you up there. Absolutely, it's both images. So while the Toy Story is the really obvious one and all the Toy Story films use primary colours, again, that's what I said about it having a kind of childish feel. You'll often see it in kids' films. Well done, Dom. You got in there after I told you the answer, of course. Well, you do see it, yeah, obviously the Toy Story is the really obvious one, but actually in the Iron Man poster, that gold is appearing in there. And obviously the Iron Man suit's red, we all know that, with the blue in the background. So you'll quite often find in photography, you'll always see it in toning. So you'll get some blues in the shadows, and the yellow and the red will be kind of there in the image, but it's subtle. And it's still a very key way of doing things, that you can make sure these things work, and you kind of time those colours in. But yeah, so both of them tripped a few of you up, which I'm very proud of. I'm glad we didn't get every single one right. Who got all of them right? I think Xavier definitely did there. Anybody else get all 3 right? 4? Or 4 right?
Zoe?
Zoe got all of them right. I do love the sarcasm of where are you watching from? My house. I'd hope everyone is pretty much watching it from their house or their school right now. So on that, do we have the kids from Cherry Orchard on there? And I was told they might be watching, which is my primary school from when I was little, guys, back in Worcester. So there's a shout out to them if they are watching today. I think Jen's a bit scared. She's going to have to come on camera just to go and get a pen now. And everyone gets to see that she's wearing trackies. See, I couldn't get away with that.
Living in them.
Got some in Tarpley. Beautiful little village. That's okay, so we got a few people getting them all right, lovely. Right, now's a chance to ask any questions, and we're going to do a bit of a task for everyone next. So make sure, while you're asking questions, if you've got anything to ask about primary colours, just to make sure you're getting the task right, but get your cameras out. That's good to know, Emma, thank you. It was worth the effort into getting YouTube working. So anyone, any questions before I set you a task? I've only just spotted I've got all of the conversation behind me.
That's a YouTube one.
Yes. It's very rude if I start typing on there though, isn't it? Back of my head. Is anybody watching from their garden? Because I'm jealous if you are, I'm just curious. Lee, good question, Lee. Well, I will come back to that in a little bit because that is in here.
What if you're colourblind, Kath?
What if you're colourblind? You might be colourblind, but the pictures are still going to come out in colour. I'm sure you can work it out. I've never worked with someone that's colourblind. Is anybody on here colourblind then, out of curiosity? I guess that's to the garden.
Don't know.
Right, we can continue to ask questions and talk to me, but obviously we're going to set about 5 minutes now, and everyone's going to go and take a picture. Now, you might not be able to send this to us straight away. It might be easier if you send it before Tuesday and we can look at them then. But if you can put them on the story, if you can share them on the Facebook event, even better, or even just on our Facebook page so we can have a look as we go along. It's great to have the interaction. But I want everyone to go and take at least one picture with all 3 primary colours in it. However you do that, we already saw on the pictures, if we go back to one, that it doesn't have to be like the ladybird where it's really, really obvious. It can be like Iron Man, be a bit more subtle. So go on out, you've got 5 minutes, take a picture with all 3 primary colours in. We want to see the effect you get. It's a perfect day for it because you've got one of those primary colours, without giving too many hints away, taking up about 50% of your view if you go outside. Greens and whites, thank you. That does help me with colorblinds, yes.
Ralph, come here. Let's get you up. Come on. Here's Ralph. Whilst just have it. Come here. Coming through. Ralph here to say hello while we're waiting a few minutes. Ralph.
So I hope I've just managed to, not all too tired from Joe Wicks this morning. You managed to get off up your bums and take some pictures. That's what this is all about. No excuses. Don't go take pictures of people. That's a good excuse. Don't do that. Let's pop that colour wheel back up on screen for everyone. So we want everyone to go out and take a picture using the 3 primary colours. a bit of a tip, I quite often find that if you do all three really obvious, it doesn't work as well. I quite often prefer that one of those colours dominates with the other two a little bit more subtle. So actually, that one with the, I'm going to call it an IKEA building, I'm sure it's not an IKEA building, with the IKEA building is all yellow. The yellow really, really dominates, but the red and the blue are just really, really subtle. So that's a great way of doing it. Back for you.
Hello, my fans.
I assume everyone's gone quiet because they're taking pictures. Got 2 more minutes, guys, and then we'll move on to the next section. You're expecting to see some truly amazing photography going on here. But don't forget, it doesn't matter what you're taking the picture with, it's what you take it of and how you take it that matters. So we'll accept the poorest quality images as long as they're showing a bit of creativity. How do we get to that? Hang on. I'll get on that, Lee, 1 second. So we're using all of our devices here at the same time. So I have an Instagram message. Let's see what you've done for us, Xavier. Oh, we haven't even logged in. So if you are posting on Instagram, if you wouldn't mind, when you put it on the story, make sure you tag us, so at Rolph Co, just to make sure we see it. Obviously, if you're on a private account, you might want to put it on Mum and Dad's. Alright, Xavier, let's have a look what you've done for us. Oh, Xavier nailed it. That's perfect. Don't know, can everybody see this? I'm impressed, Xavier. And Mum, if you want to do the same as Xavier and send it to us as an Instagram message, or if you post it on your story with @Rolph Co, or you can send it to us, post it on our Facebook page or on the Facebook event. All of those will work and we can have a good look at it. But Xavier, first in there, and I'm loving the use of Sonic. I'm guessing your name says Charlie there, sorry. Is that right?
An email, yeah.
Charlie, yeah, if you want to wait and send it us over the next few days, as long as we get it before Tuesday, we'll include it in everything. So feel free to delay sending it us if you want, or if it's easier to send a picture of the back of the screen, that's fine for now, and you can send us the better one later. It's great that you're doing it as we go, though. Thank you. I better be checking these Instagram messages, hadn't I? Keep on it. Here we go, Lisa Byron. Oh, I love that. Nice, subtle use of colours as well, like the Iron Man one. And it's of Amaretti. We can't argue with that, can we? That's lovely. Gold tends to be a really good kind of substitute for yellow as a primary colour, because yellow can be quite dominating in an image. So that's really good. I like that. Right, I think we've had enough time now. So we're going to move on to the next section. Oh, hang on. Emma's sent one as well, so let's go with hers quickly. Ah, now that is brilliant. Good work. That is absolutely perfect. It does exactly what I said. So that yellow is really, really subtle, but it's perfect. And the red and the blue really taking over. Nicely composed as well. Sorry, we got an email, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie. You can send it to, it's info, INFO, at Rolph, ROLPH, and co.com. And what we'll do is, if it comes in a few minutes, I'll get it back up on screen in a sec for everyone so we can have a look. Right, so next up, we've got another different type of colour theory to look at. So we're moving on to something called complementary colour. Can anyone hazard a guess to what complementary colour might mean? I'll give you a hint. The clue's in the name. Unfortunately, we can't, Charlie, because the phone's tied down over there. Told you there was a few little hindrances of technology here of us trying to get it so we can see this screen at the same time. In there, I think. Excellent, Alison. Yeah, a colour that complements another colour. So in this sense, we're talking about two colours that perfectly complement each other. Does anyone know how they might appeal on the colour wheel? Very nice, Harry. I will show that in a little bit. We'll come back to that. So can anyone think back to that colour wheel and how these complementary colours might appear on the colour wheel? Alison's right on it today. Anybody else just before? Because obviously we're going to wait for YouTube to catch up here. Unfortunately, YouTube end up at the little disadvantage that if I read out the answer from Instagram, it's coming through about 15-20 seconds beforehand. My chest pocket on my jacket.
It's okay. I'll just
Right, Charlie, Jen's going to hold up a business card for you so you can get it. Okay, YouTube, I think you've had enough time to catch up there. Both Alison and Harry really summed this up perfectly, actually. It is opposites on the colour wheel. So any two colours that, as Harry said, are as far away from each other as possible, that are going to complement each other perfectly. And what that's going to give us is quite kind of abrasive image, because it's going to give something very harsh and opposite. So you quite often see kind of red and green being a complementary colour together, but they always look very stark when you see them like that. So yeah, perfectly well done, everyone. Let's have a look, see if everyone's grasped that. 1 or 2. I can keep going back to the colour wheel if you'd like, but numbers 1 or 2, which of these are complementary colours? My coat. And the smell. So if you want me to go back to the colour wheel, just show you really quickly, which is it 1 or 2, which is showing a complementary colour perfectly. Well done. To everyone who says 2, Xavier's getting, I think he's 100% for all of these. Perfectly, yeah. Blue and yellow in number 2 is amazing use of complementary colour. One's quite a good example, actually, that you don't necessarily have to abide by the rules to make an amazing image. One works perfectly well, and it's not using complementary colour. So what I'm basically telling you is I'm going to teach you some rules. Sometimes ignore them. It's great. Right then. Some of our images, because we've not used enough of them. It's number 1 or 2. Charlie, Jen's just going to hold up a card for you with our email address on just to make sure you've got it right. So if you do want to email them, it's to that address, email address. Can you hold it up higher so we can see the screen still? Sorry, Instagram guys, but YouTube are behind, so it'll make it easier for them anyway.
Screenshot it for the information if you need to.
Better or worse, Dom, I completely agree. I'd rather you weren't saying better or worse about our pictures though.
Yeah.
So, 1 or 2 guys, which is using complementary colours. I'll give you a bit of a hint. I told you about 2 minutes ago. No cheating though. Which are they answering? There we go.
I think it's from here. I don't know.
Oh, Xavier. Your dad's picture on that one, I'm afraid. We've got most of the people getting it right. 2 is another example of colours that we will come back to in a little bit. 1 is the correct answer. Red and green, while you often associate it with Christmas, and the saying of, was it red and green shall ne'er be seen? They are actually complementary colours and they work perfectly together, but they do give you that very harsh look because they're so opposite. Right then, another one from pop culture. Number 1 or 2, which is using complementary colours? I can go back to that colour wheel so we can look at the opposites if you'd like. I'm just going to have it while you guys are doing that. Let's just see what we've got here. Have we got an email? Do you want me to do it?
Not sure.
I can't.
It's not that easy to get on there.
So I hope those of you that can't be interacting are still shouting these answers at your TV. How's everyone doing, Jen? Absolutely, it's 1. Hulk tends to be a kind of slightly yellowy green, so that greeny yellow and purple. So whoever decided originally, whoever drew the Hulk in purple shorts was absolutely perfect. Just absolutely love that, and you still see it in the films and everything. Very subtly though, but we said that subtly can still work. And again, the Frozen one is something we're going to come back to in a moment. So, if anyone wants to ask any questions about complementary colour, we've made things a little bit more complicated from primary. So, in a minute, I'm going to go off and take some pictures. But if you've got any questions before you do, let me know. In the meantime, let me go and find any extra images we've just picked up. Okay. Excellent. I like that, Harry. We have the Balrog. Oh, getting a reflection of the phone. There we go. So we have our primary colours. Love that. Oh, that's excellent, Zoe. Zoe's showing off the weather for us and using that blue sky. Perfect primary colours again. So, but on complementary colours, have we got any questions? LFM Gaming, good question actually. You quite often find, as with the Hulk one, that they they're always going to be, they can be slightly off and still work, but it's like I said before, all rules are there to be broken and you can make them work however you want. The pink and yellow were not perfectly opposite each other and somehow works, but they're not complementary colours in theory. Right, so 5 minutes, going off, taking a picture using opposite colours on the colour wheel. Now ideally with this, obviously you're going to have other colours in the picture, but you want the two colours that dominate in the picture most to be using those two colours. Is it easier to use this colour wheel, guys? I'm excited to see what everyone does here. So if anyone is just joining you, we're going out and we're taking pictures using complementary colours. So complementary colours are colours that are opposite on the colour wheel. So a perfect example is blue and yellow. I think everyone's gone quiet because they're out taking pictures again, which is good. That's what we like. Lizzie B's on the case. That's good to hear, Dom. Now, I don't mind if people want to take more pictures over the next few days and add them. They don't have to be the ones you've taken today. We'll review anything we get in before Tuesday and hopefully put as many as possible up on the screen. Yeah, it's a good point. The Rolph one's not quite. Ralph's bone would have to be slightly greenier. Jen's just looking at this picture to try and work out how that fits, but it's not quite.
It's not complementary, is it?
No, it's something similar called split complementary. So without getting into too much detail, it's a lot more of a complicated theory. Split complementary, you would have, I'll use this, yellow of Ralph's bone with this blue and this purple. So I don't know whether you can see, but there's some blue toning in here. It's quite hard to probably see on the screen with the yellow and the purple. So slightly more complicated theory that we're not going into today, but a good question anyway. What we got here? Could you airdrop that to me? I'm liking the Maddox getting on it there for us. Coming through. It's almost like you dressed for this today. Well planned. So this is going back to our primary colours. Can everyone see that? Again, the use of gold. I really like the use of gold in it. Lovely, nice framing as well. Can't beat a good selfie. Alright, we've got some pictures coming through now for our complementary colours, so let's have a look what everyone's sending. Emma straight back in there again, let's see what she's done. Very nice. Emma's all over this. Let's have a look. Guys, if you wouldn't mind tagging us in your stories when you post them, we'd be really grateful. have a look. Go back, Alison, let's see what you've done. Oh, look. I'm seeing kind of 3 colours in that one, Alison. Let's have a look. So we've got orange. Oh yeah, actually the tealy of the sky kind of works and a bit. Yeah, no, actually that does work. Lovely.
Sort of red and green.
Yeah, kind of got red. And actually that probably, it's somewhere in between that and primary colours, because we've almost got kind of a slightly yellowy lawn, kind of doing red, yellow, blue there. What else have we got here?
Got another one from George here.
Oh, we'll get that over here in a sec then.
Complimentary.
Perfect. Liking that. Oh, nice. So people are liking the red and green. Let's have a look, what else have we got here? So I'm guessing, Lee, we've got one's yours. Yeah, I can pretty much work out which is yours, and one's Xavier's. So yeah, Xavier's straight on with the old Christmas tree for the red and green. Lovely. And what are we on here? I think Xavier did better than you there, Lee. But it is just about there, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to assume that's the way around it is. Right then, and Lizzie B, straight in with the red and green as well. Obviously popular. Lovely. How's everyone going? Do we need a little bit longer? Our live story on Instagram is going to end in a minute, so I'm going to run through this minute so we can re-get it back up, and you'll all have to rejoin.
And also, how long is left on the class, Gav?
How long is left on the class? We've got one more section to go through. So how long have we taken? Probably about another 15-20 minutes. Is everyone getting hungry? And then what we're going to do, we're going to come back to it on Tuesday, look through all your images. So we'll do a slightly shorter one, probably about half an hour on Tuesday, and just look a little bit closer at what everyone's done. What I might try and do is put each of your pictures next to the colour wheel so we can have a good look at exactly what it's doing. Tagging's perfect. Tagging is just our selfish way of, obviously we're doing this for free, so it does help get our business out there. So it's at Rolph Co. Right, we have 6 seconds. This live video is going to go off Instagram. YouTube, you'll stay up. But Instagram, we'll just set it going straight away, so you'll just have to come straight back in.
Oh, you have to use my phone. Want me to do it?
So bear with us, YouTube. We're just getting Instagram back online. We had 40 individual viewers on Instagram, which is really nice. Can you click share to story on it? I'm going to do a picture for myself.
Did you get back online?
Helps if I don't cover the camera, doesn't it? Go for it.
I'm back.
I'm going to do my own primary colours one here while we're at it, guys.
I'm back on Insta now.
We're back on Insta. Everyone joining back in. Didn't realise we had a limit on that, sorry. I took too long is basically what we're saying there. Right, have we got any more pictures to show? No. Good. Right, so we're going to move on to the next section then. Thank you for everyone for doing that. So, where are we? So next one. Oh. Go on, Keynote. Keep up with me. Okay, and we'll do it over here. Right, so this is my favourite, and what you'll find if any of you fancy going and having a good look at our work at some point is this will be what you see most often in our pictures. So this is what we call analogous colours. Bit of a funny word to get your mouth around, but it's an amazing way of doing it. Don't ask me why, but that's not working. One moment, guys, sorry. Did say technology could be the downfall of this. Here we go. Should be able to get it back. So analogous colours, while we're doing that, here's a perfect one to look at. Analogous colours, and particularly in photography, is using several colours that are very similar to each other. So they're all going to be really, really close on the colour wheel, whether that's 3 or 5 different shades. I always like to do it as really, really close together, so you're getting that really kind of uniformed colour to it. Let's try and show you some more. There we go, we're back up. So here we go, colour wheel. So this is showing the colours we had on that last picture, or it's actually even more, so I did them even closer than that, but can give you a good idea. So I find analogous colours is really great when someone comes in and they've got a colour for their bedroom wall or their living room wall or something like that, and we want to personalise their images as much as possible to make sure that what we're doing goes with their decor, because you don't want to put, while it's lovely having those complementary colours or those primary colours, they can actually be quite harsh to have on your bedroom or your living room wall. So a really good example is this one up here. Is this is the colour of our bedroom wall, so it was always about having that colour back in it again. But obviously using, this is the hat this client bought in, it was a really great way just to tie in those colours, and it's really, really consistent. It's always a little bit softer looking than the other two, but it's perfect. Have we got questions? I apologise if we're not seeing everyone's. It's quite hard to keep up with all the pictures coming through, especially when I keep getting logged out of Instagram on the iPad. Oh no, I'm in. Yeah, we've got lots and lots coming through, so some are getting missed. I apologise. Right, so back to analogous colours. Which of these is analogous colours? Is it number 1 or number 2? So again, I hope you're shouting at your TV and getting it right here. There you go, YouTube. You must have caught up a little bit when we lost Instagram. Yeah, I think we've knocked some of that time difference off. George Maddox's very keen on what he's got there. Everybody straight away, yeah. Number 2, absolutely. Really as simple as this dog was actually one of our competition winners for the Weird and Wonderful Pets. And we just loved the picture they shared with us of him in these glasses, so we had to get this. So I just put pink light on the background and then bounced it into his face as well. But it's tying in just that simple colour. He's black, obviously. He's got no colour to be adding to it apart from his tongue. But again, his tongue's matching the background. So absolutely number 2. Okay, next one. 1 or 2. Which of these are analogous colours or just similar colours? Yes, Xavier, the dog was gorgeous. I'm afraid I can't remember its name. It'll come back to me in a minute. Excuse me. It's not good having a microphone right there, is it, if you're going to do a little burp on live video? There we go, answers coming in. See, Instagram are back on it now. Come on, YouTube, you can do it. Feel like we should have a competition. Yeah, everybody, well done. 1. Should be a fairly easy one. But if we go back to our colour wheel, this one shows it perfectly, having those blues and those pinks. And it almost goes into the reds in the sunset round here. But yeah, it's a gorgeous image, that. Right then. Next one. So which one of these is analogous colours? What's everyone saying?
I'm trying to see who said what when.
Yeah, there we go. All coming in. Well done. It's number 2. And you actually find Disney films very regularly are great for colour theory. They will always have these colours everywhere. And Frozen, almost every scene is analogous colours. It's obviously because it's all the ice and things. You've got those blues, those teals coming in again and again and again. The Avengers one is actually what we were talking about with Ralph's. It's split complementary, because if we go back to our colour wheel, we've got kind of a teal in here and an orange and a red. But what we're actually talking about, the analogous colours, yeah, the Frozen one is absolutely perfect. So I hope everybody got that. So I'm going to go back out. This, I think, will probably be the hardest one to get. What I want to see you using similar colours. That image is going to work best if we've got less other colours in it. So naturally you're going to have a few other colours, but if you can do it, a really great example is if I went out and held this cup up against the sky, is you're going to get perfect analogous colours. So the less you've got in it other than that, the more successful that image is going to be. Obviously, while other people are doing that, if anyone's got any questions about analogous colours, as it is probably the most complicated we talked about, hit us up, tell us what you're thinking. Where is it?
I don't know.
Are we missing one?
What?
Where's that come through? Here we go. There we go. Sorry, I was not looking at the tagged ones here. So we're back to complementary colours. There we go. That kind of tealy blue and the orange is lovely. I love the light coming through the glass as well, because you get a little bit of kind of different hues coming through it as well. And another one. There we go. And yeah, again, going kind of that slightly yellowy green with the pink. The edges of the leaves is doing it perfectly there. Have we got any more? How many different colours? Again, this is one of those ones where the rules don't actually have to apply. I find the closer together those colours are, the more successful it is, but that isn't to say you can't produce an absolutely amazing image where they're further apart. So if I go back to that colour wheel for you, sorry. So I don't think you want to go further than about a quarter on that colour wheel. So if you're going here to here, so if you're getting red to blue and getting that kind of gradient in between, that's going to work well. And this is why you quite often see it in sunsets. So that one we had of the pier is a really good example that you're always going to get that gradient coming through it, and that's what kind of ties it in really, really well. So yeah, nothing more than about a quarter of the colour wheel. And that's not to say others can't work. As I said before, rules are made to be broken. Right, let's have a look. We've got some coming in already. People are straight on. Oh, beautiful. Love that. That's really nice, Alison. Thank you. How's everyone else getting on? Oh, here we go. Rolph straight on it, as she should be. Yeah, that's some really nice examples. So that's keeping it nice and close together. Can everyone see what I'm doing here? Where are we? I lost my screen then. So we've got the really nice, the greens through to the really kind of pastely blues at the edge, and almost darker blue at the end. And this is kind of teal in the middle. So you've got every stage in between. So you're tying them in and creating that kind of gradient through the colour wheel. That's really nice.
I've got some primary colours from Sally and Isabel.
Oh, more primary colours, yes. Perfect example. Kids' toys. Absolutely always find primary colours tying in kids' toys. What else have we got?
This one's another primary colour one from Sally and Isabel.
Really like that. Oh, we will get it up on screen for you. Sorry, I am trying to get through everyone's that are doing it live if we can, but I apologise if I'm missing any. Oh, interesting. So we've actually got your primary colours and complementary in one image there. That's really good.
We've got a complementary one from Sally and Isabel as well.
Sorry, I will get back to the Instagram ones in a minute. We're just trying to send through all the email ones right now.
This is complementary colour from Isabel.
Pink and green, lovely. And I like that you've got the pinks and greens in the background as well.
We've got, I can't see this one properly.
Right, I'm just going to, while you're doing that, Jen, sorry, I'm just going to go back to the Instagram ones because I've got them lighting up over here. Oh, analogous colours, lovely. I like that the Teletubbies are kind of trying to stay anonymous. Nice touch. They obviously don't want their photos taken. Ooh, perfect. Very appropriate as well. Thank you, Lisa. They look lovely. Yeah, I really like that. Very appropriate to you as well.
Do you want another one?
Yes, please. Another one would be lovely.
This one's...
Is this George again?
Yeah. This is the analogous one.
That's interesting. George, you found an animal in the wild. Well, a fake animal in your wild, but a wild animal that has analogous colours in its patterns. So giraffe's a really, really good example of analogous colours. Love that. What else have we got here? Oh, should have known, Harry. Only you could send me that picture. Absolutely. Analogous colours, perfect.
We've got another one, Gav.
Hang on, so have I.
I've got two more.
Lee, I'm sensing a theme. Yes. Clearly. Frontier whiskey. Very nice. Yeah, and obviously the oranges then working with the yellows and the golds in there. It's lovely. Analogous colours. Perfect. What's the other one we've got? Oh, this theme is running here.
This is Sally's.
I thought this might be Sally's somehow. And actually this is one of the most perfect ones again. Nice use of kind of cutting other colours out, and I like that the red just kind of sits in there. But yeah, we've got the yellows, and then even in the lid you've got that kind of pale greens. Can everyone see that all right? You've got the kind of pale greens kind of coming in here, and obviously the green gin bottle gives you those lovely stages as well with the light coming through. Perfect, perfect analogous colours.
This one's Isabel's one. It's not working. Second.
Nice, Xavier. Xavier's kind of styling us some little still life images here. Sonic's, in fact, it's not Sonic, is it? That's Tails, making a bit of an appearance again. Ooh, Zoe, subtle. And as I said with the other colours, it doesn't have to be really bright, vibrant colours, so all yellows, all greens, all reds. You know, having those subtle ones like with the giraffe, they're still analogous colours, but what it's doing is giving you a very uniformed image and keeping things very, very simple with that. That's lovely.
Got one from Isabel here.
Go on, Isabel, what have we got? Ralph, there's a microphone here. Everyone can hear you snoring. Lovely, Isabel. Yeah, absolutely perfect. And you've even tied in with the slate in the background is the blue. So we've got, if we look at our colour wheel on this one, can everyone see this at the same time? Trying not to cover the screen. So we've got the kind of greens starting round here, all the way around to the blues in the slate in the background, and then the yellows, a little bit yellowy greens in the desk. So you've got this perfect analogous. That's one of the best ones, actually. Lovely. Right, I will, if I'm missing anyone, oh I am, hang on. No, we're good. Yeah, if I've missed anyone, we'll look at them on Tuesday. We'll try and cover as many as possible, even if it's all in one go. So I'm not taking too long for you all here because I've gone over an hour. Right, you want the email back on screen so people can send them.
There we go.
Yes, Emma, I completely agree. Kids' toys are really good for this. Oh, we've got another one. I'm going to put one last one on screen. Oh no, that's the same one again. Thanks, Zoe. Right then. So that's the 3 theories we talked about. Next up, has anyone got any questions? Sorry, I didn't ask about that before we move on. Before we move on to the most important thing. Everyone loves homework, don't they? Some people love homework. But yeah, this is the most important thing. We've got 4 days now until Tuesday. I want to see lots of photos using the ideas we've talked about today. So same ways we just said. I mean, obviously it's great for us if you do share them on your Instagram story and tag us, or if you share them on Facebook and tag us in that as well, because you're showing it off to other people. Again, the event page will still be there, and we'll have an event set for Tuesday on Facebook. But the more you're tagging us, because obviously we're doing it for free in our own time, so we want to see us shared a little bit. It's always nice. But most important thing then is we're going to come back and look at your images. If you've posted any today, you've now got time to improve on them, make them even better. If it does start raining with no blue skies, you're going to get those lovely stormy purples and blues and things like that. But the photos can be of anything. Obviously maintaining your social distancing and all that. But get them posted up, and we'll try and go through everything on Tuesday. We'll try and recap what we've learned, and I'll tell you what the topic is going to be for next Friday, so we can do another one next Friday. If there's anything anyone wants to see covered, I think we've got we've got 2 more set, but we're open to ideas. Nothing's set in stone, so if you've got ideas or things you want to learn, just tell me. And the same thing, we'll answer questions over the next few days as well. We're always on social media, so we'll talk to you. So as I said, on Tuesday morning, we're going to go back through all the images, hopefully try and cover every single one, have a good close look at them, and we'll probably try and get a colour wheel up next to them as well. And what we're going to do, we're going to pick some favourites, and they're going to go through to our champion final. So we're going to have a look, and we're going to pick one person across the whole thing. Could be an adult, could be a child, could be anyone, to win a little package of a little goodie bag of vouchers. What we'll do is we'll see what Boris says, and we'll roll it on, and it might be we end up with 6-8 weeks worth of these and loads of images to pick from at the end. But the more we do, the more chances it is to win at the end. But yeah, feel free to send loads through. We're not bothered if you're sending 10-15 pictures through. We'll try and look at them all. Yes, we will try and have a gallery of them all online somewhere. I will work on that. I'll try and have a photography club page on the website and try and keep them live on there. I might get people to post them with a hashtag, but we will keep you posted. And what we'll do is we'll create a photography club group on Facebook, so if anyone wants to join in and have a bit of a discussion, that'd be amazing. But yeah, we will... Have I got any other slide here? Yes. Does anyone have any questions before we finish? And more importantly, what's everyone's favourite thing they've learnt today? Again, if you're watching on your TV, shout it out. Alex is nice and early to the party as always. Hopefully we'll be a little bit more organised for Tuesday and next Friday now, as we'll have learned a few lessons from today and we can be on it. But as I said before, this is our first time doing anything like this, apart from the odd Instagram video where I witter at the camera well, that's what I've done anyway, isn't it? This is very new to us. The technology is new to us. So George likes his analogous colours. We'll be announcing what the next one will be on Tuesday. So Tuesday is just going to be a recap and looking at everyone's pictures. So it's going to be a chance to look at everything. So apparently Lizzie B learned how to post on Instagram stories. And yeah, everyone's loving the analogous colours. They're my favourite as well. I find you can get a really kind of concise image with lots involved in it. And everything kind of ties in really well, while you get that that really kind of vibrant feel of the primary or the complementary colours, that the analogous seems to just have something kind of tying it all together, which I really like. Now, if you've enjoyed it, really grateful if you could share it out. You know, if we can get even more people in for, you know, they don't have to have done it today to join in on Tuesday. We'll recap very quickly on what we went through. And then next Friday, we'll have a whole new topic and hopefully get even more people joining in. Obviously, the more people we have on it, the more interaction we have, the less kind of slightly waiting bits where we're waiting for people to go off because other people will be talking. So, no, that'd be amazing. Harry didn't realise they had names. Everyone's got names, Harry. Stu, nice and late to the party. Hi, Stu. Right, guys. So we will try and start collating these, and we'll try and put them all in one place and keep you all updated. I might do a video a little bit later, just saying where you can find all these things. So keep an eye on our Instagram stories. We'll get that all posted in the next few days. And hopefully, yeah, as somebody suggested, we'll have a gallery up online as well, so we can have a good look at everything. And it's nice if everyone can share their images. Hopefully, everyone will improve. And yeah, if you've posted, the ones you've sent today, I'd like to see everyone kind of going back, redoing them, have another go, because it always helps. You can always improve. That's the advantage of photographing when you're off and at home, is that you've got a bit of time to go back and redo them and try and improve them. So if you got your colours perfect first time through, maybe this time try and think about the shape or think about the composition in the image. Yeah, so I think the maximum we've had close to 50 unique people watching, but I think in one go we've had about 25. 28 has been the highest number in one time. So yeah, let's try and aim maybe if we can get up to about 50 next week. And as I said, it's those little pauses while we're waiting for people to go and do things probably don't exist as much if we've got more people watching. And obviously we want everyone to benefit because it's good fun, hopefully. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. Any suggestions, any ideas, absolutely welcome to hear. As I said, we are new to this. While we know the skills and the photography, the actual streaming and what people want to hear is new to us, so keep us posted. Right, yeah, we'll speak to you all soon. Feel free to communicate through Instagram and Facebook. We'll keep it on those all day, all weekend as well. And we will speak to you all on Tuesday. Bye. How do I turn it off? That's all very well. There we go. See ya.